Day one.
Day one of PAX.
PAX.
Friday, PAX West, 2016. Day one. I'm dead inside.
Yeah. I came off a plane ride. I came at 1:30 a.m. We woke up at 6.
Yeah, I got you up about 6:45. I got up about 6:30. So, yeah, that was fun waiting. We got there at 1:30 and pretty much no sleep the whole day at PAX. We started at we got to the convention center about 8. Been a long day.
Shout out to Behemoth for the breakfast. Thank you.
Yeah, Behemoth did a great breakfast. I think while we didn't really talk to them about stuff because we just had an interview at RTX, which you should go watch. But it was a lot. It was a lot of fun. It was a good breakfast. It wasn't like just some shitty media breakfast either. Like those are nice quality bagels, some good Danishes up there.
Good Danishes.
I heard pleasant remarks about the coffee. Didn't drink it myself.
Coffee's okay.
So it was nice. But we're rambling. I'm Josh Silverman, CEO, founder, and what is the other one? PR outreach for Constant Calibrating, as you may know.
You relate to Khaleesi's role, and then it's like CEO of regular games or something.
Yeah, something like that. Well, a holder of titles is my favorite thing to call myself, but then I discovered when you write that out on a business card, it looks like holder of titties.
That's why I should write it out. By the way, I'm Justin, creative director of Constantly Calibrating. Justin Stanley. I keep forgetting to throw my last name in there.
You gotta have the last name in there. There's other Justins. We know another Justin who's a small media.
It's true. And he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
I got 2 first names, though, so pick whichever one you want to call me. It's fine.
Stanston.
Stanston. I'll take it.
Justly. I like Stanston more.
I might upset the other Justin.
Okay, so what we're going to be talking about, I don't know exactly how we're going to edit this down, so this may not be one cohesive unit, so all this preambling may be worthless. But we're going to just talk a little bit about day one stuff. We're just going to go through piece by piece, try to go through a minute or so on each thing we did, just to give you guys a little bit of a rundown of PAX West, our first day as we see it, and just the event in general, our experience, because my first PAX, your second PAX, having gone to East, but our first time doing an actual media thing with these lovely little badges. Justin's is somewhere near his crotch.
Always.
So we're right now in their lovely interview room, which has a vent perfectly positioned right up there. It's phenomenal sound. I'm assuming we're getting.
Oh yeah.
Let's start at the top. Motherfucker, turn off.
No.
It's doing this lovely thing where it doesn't realize it's actually plugged in, so it keeps unplug and replug.
It's like beep, beep, beep.
Okay, LiquidSky. First thing we did of the day.
LiquidSky.
So, it's already been such a long day, I forgot we did that. That's why I had to pull up my list just to make sure. So, LiquidSky, really cool. I like what they're doing. It's, it's the next incarnation of was OnLive, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's essentially, I couldn't remember if that was the name of it. It's the next incarnation of that, but now we're at a point where we have scalable architecture for network stuff.
Someone described it's like OnLive, but it's going to work this time.
Exactly, and sadly they ran into a bunch of tech demos or technical issues with their demo. They were showing just bad timing kind of thing. Well, and I'm also the Grim Reaper of technology, so I get near people doing demos and shit just goes awry.
I am too. We'll get into this.
Yeah, but it was still cool. I'm curious to see what they do. We're going to be testing it out at home. We both got access to it, so we'll be having fun with that, seeing how it works. But
the part I want to talk about, I don't think we can talk about.
Yeah, we can't really talk about the cool parts because they're not announcing that until an upcoming event. But there is some cool stuff coming for it that I look forward to seeing how we can use and even how others can use it, in all honesty.
Main idea about it right now is you can pretty much remote into your computer and use their cloud computing to process what you need for power. You do need a decent, I think we said about 500?
Yeah, I said about 500.
No, it's like 10 down and you can 10 down. And
at least 10, 10 down and...
but it's like ultra settings, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, you could pretty much play a game from your Steam library on your phone.
Yep. So, which is a really cool thing. And what it does is it's all fun on their servers.
Yes.
And so you're not taxing your computer in really any major way, shape, or form, as long as you have decent down. Again, it's not decent being the word here, according to the guy. It wasn't like you need some amazing 150 down or something.
No, I think 10 down was the most.
It's essentially made for people who have crap internet and possibly not great computers. And I really do want to see what more they're going to do with it. And I would like to talk to them again once it really launches.
I was like, we're definitely spreading out more in the European countries. I was like, because their internet architecture actually works.
True. So,
and the main funders, but
yes, indeed. Okay, so
we went straight to Square after that, right? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we went around the floor a bit.
we wanted a little floor, but I don't think we really did. We really see anything? I can't remember if we saw anything.
Just people.
Yeah, we just did some people watching. Met up some random people. Shout out to StackUp.org. Kevin, awesome person there. No, we just love that organization. Again, go watch that interview from RTX. I highly recommend it.
Oh, yeah.
They're a great organization, and he's just like an awesome guy who let me, randomly stalk him like 4 times today.
We're stalking each other. It's like back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth. He was there, I was there, that kind of stuff. So we did an interview, World of Final Fantasy.
That was interesting.
Yeah, which was very interesting. I had my first time doing an interview with someone who does not speak English.
So yeah, first time doing an interview with a translator.
Yeah, so with a translator kind of thing. And it was a fascinating experience. I was really nervous about it because as anyone who's watched the Constantly Calibrating interview knows, I ask a question, they give a response, and then usually I kind of throw a little bit. If it's the right thing, I'll usually throw something anecdotal out if something triggers in my mind. Not really an option with a translator necessarily, because if I throw an anecdotal thing, she's then required to repeat that shit to him, and then it's like this whole waiting game. And then on top of that, if I throw an anecdotal thing that leads into another question, it's like, what does he do with that information after like a whole 30 seconds of it getting to him? So
I'm actually trying to pull up the name. I know
Chiba-san.
Chiba-san, yes.
It's good. Yeah. So, well, let's not worry about it.
But one of the main writers, game director as well.
Yes. So it was a great interview, and it was nice having a person from their PR group literally give me a thumbs up and whisper to Justin, "That was a great question."
Yeah, like they're like, last question, and yes, it's like, it's a great question.
Yeah, because my question is, assuming if you haven't seen the interview or not, I'm going to just spoil it right now, was just a simple, what excites you most in a game? Because I think that's an undervalued question that people don't really ask enough in interviews, because everyone always asks the mechanical aspects of a game, particularly if it's a game director or a game person who manages stuff. They just ask like these very generic, like, how does this work? But their game designers are people who are creative people, so what gets them passionate? What excites them? And it was a question that popped into my head, and I was just like, let's see what he says. And I loved his response. That I'm not going to spoil. So go watch the interview.
Yep. But World of Final Fantasy, God, it's cute. I actually want to play it.
Yeah, that's the thing is, so initially it kind of irked me, I guess is the way to say it, because I haven't played like a Final Fantasy with a classic style of combat in a very, very long time. And it felt very sluggish. But here's a feature they put into it. There's a fast forward button, and this is for all cutscenes and for combat. That if you don't want to just watch all the little animations and hear the voices, I wouldn't for everything, but for the combat, it's very helpful to just hold that down.
I want to know, something else I got to play was the remaster for Final Fantasy 12, just like they did with 7, re-released the 7. Of course, the remake, that's not going to come out anytime soon. No. But the release of 12 coming out, and 7, they had like a fast-forward button on there, too. Speed up combat, speed up travel, speed up cutscenes. I think that's just something they're starting to incorporate out, because they understand gameplay can't be slow for some people who just want to...
Yeah, and if your combat system, particularly for an older Final Fantasy game, or something like World of Final Fantasy, which is based on older Final Fantasy stuff for nostalgia purposes, just some people are just not going to sit for that shit, and and I think that's nice that you have the option. It's a little too easy of a button to hit during cutscenes, but that was a very long demo. I thought it was only be a half an hour thing. It was apparently like an almost 2-hour demo. I had to cut it short because we had appointments and things like that.
Yeah,
but you also got to play
Dragon Quest Builders. Yeah, I love that game. It's like a third person Minecraft, which there's actually a point to it. I mean, points in Minecraft. But I mean, like, there's actually like a story, like, hey, and you're trying to build up a village, like actually build a village. Making houses means something in this one, and that's kind of like what the demo is about. Well, first is teaching you quick mechanics, and then you beat up somebody. It's like, oh, can you repair this house? And you do it with dirt blocks, and you're like, yeah, you did it with dirt blocks. That's cool. But they're like, put a torch in here so I can have light. And then they kind of like teach you the mechanics of actually building out the houses where you get settlers to come in. And it has a crafting system, just like you kind of would expect in Minecraft. Get the items, make a weapon, make armor, make up like beds and stuff for the houses. So I really enjoyed it. I actually want to get it.
Yeah, like I watched the I can't remember where now. Someone else play it previously, and I was like really surprised how interesting it was, because I've bought a few Dragon Quest games, but I've never actually played one.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, but it looks really appealing. It looks like it's like something to scratch that Minecraft itch, but still be more than just make up your own choice. Like, you still have objective, and that I think that's a valuable aspect.
It's like Minecraft mixed with Dark Cloud.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. And then
the didn't disappear. You're just building it.
And then I can't remember. Was there anything else you played at Square?
Final Fantasy 12 remaster, and tried Kingdom Hearts, but guess what? It's still Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks smoother.
Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts 2.8, which is, if I remember right, that's Birth by Sleep, which is not Birth by Sleep, sorry. Dream Drop Distance, the 3DS game, and then there's a couple brand new things incorporated into it as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to play it, but I'm also gonna buy it. So I played that game before, so
yeah, I just did it real quick to see how it feels, and that was done. I went back to Dragon Quest after that.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, we moved on to.
I got to play Psychonauts, Rhombus Ruin at the
you did.
PSVR view. Enjoyed it. It's really cool.
I'm very jealous you got to play that.
You could have done it too. They would let you in. Basically, it's almost like a first-person adventure game because you do get your powers. It's supposed to how you move around the level is you use your powers to get into your mind and you see it from their view. Mm-hmm. And that's how you look around. And there's puzzles around. There's a dude in the bathroom. You get telekinesis. You gotta guide the toilet paper to him. Then he's happy. I want to go over names, but it's been a long time since I played Psychonauts. I'm exhausted. But literally, of course, Rasputin.
Yeah, Raz is about the only character's name I can remember offhand right at this moment. But if I remember right, that's supposed to be essentially the game that bridges Psychonauts 1 and Psychonauts 2 story-wise.
But you get Psychoblast, you see a lock, or Psyblast, and you use that to open lock. That's pretty much how you discover stuff in the game. So it just remind me first-person adventure game. And the cool thing about games like this, or at least I've seen, I'll get to another one later, it's the best I can explain the experience, it feels like a Disney ride when it's introducing you to the ride. And actually how the things are in place too. It has this weird but good look to it. And that's the only thing it reminds me of. It's when a really well-produced Disney introduction to a ride or something like that. That's kind of how it feels.
I had to think about that for a second. No, I get what you mean. Pause before moving on. Is there a red... is it actually recording? I forget if there's a red light on this.
Is there a red light? Let's go find out. Josh is on scene. He's going to it right now. He's walking around.
I don't think there is.
We're probably not recording.
No, we're recording.
We're recording.
All right, we're still recording.
We can keep this part in, maybe.
So
I don't know.
I thought I heard the click. Turning off. That's how you know when it turns off.
This is what constant calibrating is now. I love it.
This is what we do. Just whatever the fuck happens. We make mistakes or shit, whatever. We just leave it in.
Whatever.
Okay.
I'll just view on it, man. I'll frame us up midway. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. So, okay. HyperX. Now, I honestly was not familiar with them. I knew they were part of Kingston as far as making stuff, but I really didn't know much about the brand other than that, They are debuting 3 different items. They have, I'm forgetting the names of stuff, but they have a higher-end Gears of War styled after Gears of War headset.
Yeah.
They have a keyboard made for FPS players, and then they also have a $50 headset, which I'm going to tell you right now.
Is it the Air? I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's been a long day.
It's been a very long day. That was early on in the day, and my apologies. I'm going to literally add annotations to this video, just telling what the names are.
Names here.
So you'll be able to see the products, and we'll give you some links and stuff like that. But cool stuff.
The headset, I think it's this is the biggest point of it. When it's $50, but you hold it in your hand, you think it's a $100 headset at the very least.
It feels very sturdy, and it should because the band is steel, right?
Yes.
The cuffs, so we're both glasses wearers, thicker frame glasses wearers. It's comfortable to wear with.
They got a memory foam in the here.
It's very comfortable. Sound. You played a game. I just used my phone to watch a video of my kid playing in my kitchen, but for me at least. I was in the kitchen with my child, so that was a really cool aspect for me because you give me that headset, but with a VR headset as well, kind of thing, that combination, and that would be the coolest thing for me. And then
the sound fidelity is great, and it doesn't blast out your ears to hear every little thing.
Yeah, it doesn't blast out your ears. You get good directional support, and then on top of that, it blocks out noise well, but it also doesn't bleed out.
Yes,
that we can tell.
I need
is a huge thing that we need because it's still a problem we have with some of our recordings is just some bleeding stuff on both Justin and my end.
Yeah.
I know my current headset that the way I usually chat with you guys on podcasts and stuff like that, Charnel can hear what's going on down the hall.
Yeah, of course our test is Josh is really close to me.
Yeah, well, I mean that was the test was literally just so kind of stuff like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to get my hands on that. And then the keyboard was was just cool to what they were showing for it. Like, you could turn to like an EDM kind of rave. It's kind of hard to describe, but they have a bunch of different lighting features. So you can
mechanical. They're using cherry clickers in there.
Cherry clickers, yeah, mechanical.
Switches, not clickers, but still.
I know nothing about keyboards. I'm just gonna be honest.
Nice.
I don't look for when I look for a keyboard. I look for a writing keyboard. I don't look for a gaming one necessarily, personally. If we are able to get our hands on this, I'm going to test it actually for both purposes.
I get to play with it a little bit. Like, it feels good. Like, I just didn't have to look down at all. Like, I normally don't, but I mean, like, it just felt natural. Good response to the keys.
Yeah, so it has a couple of features like you just lights on. You could do it where you click a key and then it stays on for a predetermined amount of time. Yeah, and so you could just kind of light up the board. You could make it kind of sequence where it's like a
like a
rainfall kind of thing. Yeah,
and then there's like the custom buttons too. Like, hey, you're playing this game, you want WASD highlight and whatever button else you use, and just.
So that way, essentially, that's the only keys lit up. So you're playing a game, you're into it, and it's there. And again, it's small form for FPS players and things like that. So you need to get the keyboard out of your damn way because you're only using this part.
You use most of the mouse.
Yeah, so you have more space for your mouse for easier turning and stuff like that. It was cool.
I think I kind of have some double things hit up here. I went to Fracture Space. Interesting game. It's right now. Actually, you can go to Steam, download it right now. It's still in beta. No, it's still in alpha. They're about to move to beta.
Yeah, they're moving to beta. I think that's end of this month, at the September or October. I can't remember. I know I have the press release on my phone. Maybe I'll tell you right now. Not just Wi-Fi, internet period. Just all data is shit.
Yeah, it's even hard to get text through.
Texts aren't getting through. Nothing's getting
Everybody's
through.
phone's fighting for a signal.
Yeah, so.
But it's pretty much like you're using like dreadnought ships. These huge ships. I mean, take some time to turn. Stuff like that. But it's a MOBA-ish. Like, it's a MOBA as in there's a base on one side, base on the other, 3 points in the middle, but there's not, like, constant minions you fight, and you're not going to mow down something. They're still continuing adding stuff to the game. But it's basically one team against the other, trying to control the points, get resources, and just try to push through to destroy their base. And if it doesn't, it comes to, like, a sudden death, wipe everybody out at the end, who's the last team standing wins.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot. Speaking of technical issues, this is one like I got on it. Sister froze. I was like, oh man, did I alt tab? I was like, oh crap. And it's like on the screen. It's like, you alt tab out? I was like, yeah, it was frozen. And there's no part in there. It's like, it's just stuff happens. Computers mess up sometimes, and they're running a lot of stuff on that. So it's nothing bad about the game. But I really enjoyed it. I'm actually probably going to try to stream it soon.
Yeah, because you actually already own it, right? If I remember right, like I think it's in your Steam library.
We all technically own it. It's free to play.
Oh, is that what it? Okay, so that's what it is.
Yeah, it's free to play. No pay to win. The only thing that you could pay for is cosmetic items.
All right,
they're making it very firm that you can pay money if you want to support us. You don't have to. Enjoy the game. We're not going to make the people who are not paying have any kind of handicap against them, or people who are paying to have a great advantage. It's just we want everybody to play, and they're like continuously working for getting player matching down and balancing the game out right now. Like right now, they're working on their foundation to have like a core good game experience, like much like a great game Titanfall that just came out. Great core experience. That's all I gotta say about it. But it's like it was lacking everything else. So that's kind of like the stage you're at. But they're going to add a whole lot of features they're planning on. We talked about some stuff off the books. Can't talk about it. But I'm really excited to hear what's coming on with it.
That's really great. Okay, so while you were doing that, I was talking to Stu, the co-founder and CEO of Infiniscene now. If you had watched earlier this week, I tested out Infiniscene. It's a streaming service, essentially. It's an alternative to OBS. And what it is it works off of a web app. And it's very simple to set up. You don't have to set your bitrate or anything like that. They do everything for you. Quick setup. One of the coolest features that I'd forgotten it has, they told me about, is that you could have people streaming through one signal. So essentially, we could play Overwatch, and we could have your screen, my screen, Brad's screen, and Thad's screen. I don't know what the limit is on how many people. He used 3 as an example.
I'm more curious how we would sync that up too, because it'd just be latency and stuff. Syncs.
It syncs itself.
So I wonder if it syncs it all to one area.
Essentially it sends it all to one area. So I don't know how you have to set it up necessarily. It's probably their support community is amazing.
That's awesome.
Stula gave his email address in the thing. Vlad said, like, if you have issues, you could just reach me directly. And if you have tips or something, or there's a feature that you want, talk to us. We'll see if we can put it in.
A few people say stuff like, hey, you try it out, and let us know if something's you want done in it and stuff like that. A lot of cool developers really reaching out to all the
community is definitely becoming a bigger deal. Yeah. And with this company specifically, it's streaming. Streaming is a huge community-based thing, so it's nice that they're doing so much more community focus in this aspect. But yeah, it was cool, and I definitely want to try Infiniscene a lot more and work with it more. And trimester. Now, it is going to be a paid service once it actually officially launches. But you can get all those details in that interview as well.
Gotcha.
And then from there, I
went to Heavy Metal Machines. Game like really brought me back to like RC Program or Rock and Roll Racing. It's that top-down view, and it's a lot of rock in it too. So, and there's like actually a lot of stuff they want to like involve with actual like rock people as far as characters go. So that's cool to hear. Kind of weird game. Like you control it by like you left click is to go forward, right click is to go back, and then like all the top buttons up there. I'm tired right now. Q, W, R, all those are like your special moves.
Okay.
So like the goal of the game is to like you get a ball and you have to get it to a goal, but the ball carrier actually has to travel down the track a certain way while everybody else do whatever else to mess them up while the team tries to save them. There's healers, there's runners, which you want to have the ball. You can pass the ball to people, and then there's like just the heavy dudes that do DPS. They just try to take everybody out. So it's really fun to play. It's one of those games like I really didn't get it till the end of it. And I was like, you level up as you go, kind of like a MOBA, and then you get your other abilities unlocked. And I don't know, it's really fun. And then I was like they showed like upgrade lists. I click on it. I didn't have any upgrades. Everybody else did, but I had the most kills, so I guess I did all right. So
that's a balance at least.
But I really enjoyed it. It's pretty fun. Pretty cool people up there.
That's cool. Well, again, while you were doing that, I went to Crashlands. And I didn't get to play anything really. We have codes for the game. We're going to be putting out some content for it. Brian's going to be is working on a review of the tablet version, the iOS version, and I'm going to be doing some Let's Plays or Let's Watch stuff. I think it's currently planned for later in the month. I still need to figure out exactly what we're doing because it's a single player thing. But the game is essentially how'd they describe it? They kind of described it as Don't Starve, except they got rid of things like the starving and insanity aspect, but it's focused on the adventure.
Okay.
Now, because it's focused on the adventure, the game's been out for a while now. Because they focused on the adventure, they decided to take essentially their tools they use to make all their adventures, and they're going to be releasing it to everyone. It's going to hit beta later in the year with a release later, somewhere thereafter, and it's essentially their tools that right now they're working on refining it to make it pretty. Mm-hmm. And it's going to allow you to create your own adventures and things of that nature, and assign a lot of stuff. And there's different levels, creating quests, putting characters in. It's pretty in depth. I mean, it's what they used to make the game. So if you played Crashlands, it makes sense. And I'm only about 90% sure that that's not embargoed, so I may have to remove this.
We'll check.
Yeah, but I had to get the thoughts out on it. But from there, I ended up going over to what was it called? To Deformers. I had to remind myself of that. Deformers is cool. Best way I could describe it is at least so they have right now. They've announced a deathmatch and a sports ball kind of thing, which I'm blanking on the damn name. The guy I was talking to, lovely gentleman, had his accent was a little strong for me, so I didn't catch the name very well. But they have deathmatch, which is essentially what that is. It's kind of like Katamari Damacy if it was like a shooter. A third-person shooter almost. But there's also like you can ram into people. You're like this really squishy ball, but like you can feel like when you ram into another one, you feel like the impact. Like it's very, I hate this term. It's an overused term in gaming, but this visceral experience kind of thing. You feel the impacts. But they also added a new mode that they just had announced at the event, I believe, that I mentioned, the sports ball thing, and it's kind of like Rocket League meets Katamari Damacy, like just that kind of like rolling ball kind of movement.
Oh, I gotta go try this out.
It's a lot of fun. Like I seriously like it might be a dickish thing, but I seriously want to do like counter in the bottom corner of this interview that just every time this guy uses the word fun to just tick it up.
It's fun
because
fun.
I think he used the word fun 15 times in one sentence.
But was it fun?
But it was a lot of fun. It's a good read. Like seriously, I had a lot of fun playing this game, and it was I was shit at it. Like I was fucking awful. I'm worse at it than I am at like Rocket League, a similar kind of game. But it was a good time. It was one of those ones that when I made the appointment really quickly. And honestly, afterwards, I kept thinking to myself, should I cancel this and put something quote unquote better? And like I really couldn't decide because it looked cute and stuff, but I knew nothing about it. I wasn't sure if it appealed to us. But it was multiplayer. But which was the appeal. And I'm sincerely glad I did not cancel that appointment because it was a lot of fun to play. It was a good interview, like talking to the guy as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do because it's going to have online multiplayer / co-op and local and combined. You can have two people in one room, three in another kind of thing, and then also matchmake.
Awesome. I got to go check that out.
It's really cool. I wonder if we can just, if we have free time, if I can just, because they actually asked me how many people I had.
Oh.
So I could probably just go up there and be like, hey, so Justin, we'll talk about this later.
So while you're doing that, I want to go check out a couple things at the Sony booth. Both I didn't think I would be able to check out because they're doing the whole appointment thing. Like, you got to check in on their app. And then the whole VR station, you can't really pick the game you want. Like, you get in line and whatever game's open, you get
What
in.
opens up, you hop on.
So Batman Arkham VR is there. And whoever's cutting this later, zoom in and borrow something for Craig Miller. Batman VR. That shit's good. It's... First of all, I didn't think I was going to get into this. I got a 4:30 appointment, but the line was long. And then I had a 5 o'clock appointment for the next thing I'm about to mention. And it was kind of rolling around the 5 o'clock. I knew the time of the demo. There's 3 people ahead of me. I was like, man, if this person leaves, I think there's somebody. I know I'm not going to get it. And all of a sudden, like, I saw someone wave. Those 3 people went. And the next person's like, who wants Batman? I'm like, me? So it's awesome. You probably heard this explained before. I only got to play the Batcave part. Start off Wayne Manor. Knuckles all bruised up, like the move controllers are in your hands, so you can like move them around and stuff like that. Alfred comes in, he's looking kind of awesome. I tried to throw the phone at him. The phone has a voice message. I don't remember what it was, but I threw the phone at Alfred. He handed me a key. I dropped it for because there's a piano in front of you. Use the key to open it. Jam on the piano, opens up. You go into the Batcave.
Okay.
Awesome. Then suit comes on. You put on the suit, and like you have no instructions how to do it. You just see a glowing part on the chest. You're like, hit the grab. Oh, suit's on. Like, it's just natural.
Okay.
So you do that, gloves pop up, you get pop up gloves. Then a cowl pops on. Like, you could, like, do it. I, like, twisted it around. Like,
wow. That's, I mean, okay, so
that's not going to sound good in audio.
I mean, like, I don't really know, like, I didn't really know what this demo was. I know, like, Greg Miller freaked out about it at E3, and a bunch of other people freaked out about it. But I kept looking at, like, the video of it, and I'm like, it's the same feeling I had about the Star Trek one I think I guess Ubisoft is doing.
Yeah.
It's like, hot property, looks really cool. I can't see how this is a fun experience, but
it's really hard to explain what those VR games look like in the VR, because it's this weird, surreal experience. Like, everything has depth. Mm-hmm. Like Alfred's like there, like I could kind of see where it's at. Like, I want to reach out and touch him, type thing. Which I did reach out and do things. But cool part is like you're like equipping yourself. It's like kind of teaching you basics of grapnel, rope gun, shoot it out. And then, like, it says put it up. You look to your right, there's like a glowing spot in your belt, and you actually got to put it on your belt.
Okay.
And there's a scanner, same deal. Hey, put it on your left side. And then you get the batterings, you just throw around. And then, like, goes in your center. And that's how you get your stuff. You look down, your batterings are in your center, scanner's on your left, grapnel's on your right. And you hold the triggers to grab stuff. And I made a woman laugh because I was just grabbing batterings, like, just start throwing them around, like, tossing them up in the air everywhere. Because you can just go crazy with them. But I kind of like, I was pushing through the demo because I thought I could try a second part, which is here. I don't want to get into it because I know a lot of people talk about it. I don't want to spoil what it is. I already know because other people spoiled it. But I'm hoping to try it out later if I can. But anyway, it was really good. I was smiling. I was done with it. It was awesome, especially because I didn't think of it happen. And then right after that, the second thing, I had to cancel my appointment I had because it went too long. And as I got there, it's like, okay, I can hop in. It's like, yeah, what it is, it's for Horizon Zero Dawn. They have it here. First part is a gameplay demo, which is pretty awesome. Showing a little bit of the story, how the open world works. It just seemed like it was just part of the game to try out. And it was fight they showed how the crafting system works, how you like scan things to see what kind of parts they have. Okay. And then it showed like a big kind of boss fight. And after that, it's like, now you can come try it. So I got to play Horizon Zero Dawn, and it's good. It's good. We only got to play we're kind of like a small area. And like if you go too far, it tells you to turn around or the game restarts. But it's cool. One thing that they kind of showed off, like they have mounts. You could like tame one of them, hop on it, because like they showed the map off. It's huge. So you can just get right around.
I mean, that's essentially was a system seller for me, and I bought a PS4 because I want to play that eventually. So I'm very jealous of you getting to play it. But
we'll get you in tomorrow.
But it sounds really cool. Like I'm glad you got to experience that. But,
yeah.
I mean, at that point, like that's pretty much everything we covered today. A bunch of appointments and then a bunch of other stuff. I mean, by the time this is released, unless some miracle happens and somehow this gets up online, anything's possible. But unless something really happens, it's just going to be a case of this is going to come up after we've already seen the things we're about to discuss.
No. You can go eat, come back, use the media center, upload it. Quick cut. Don't really cut anything. Just leave it up as this train wreck is.
Yeah, we could kind of just do just a very light, extremely light edit.
Check if we got to cut that one part out that you may or may not know about. I don't know. Do we leave it in?
Who knows?
Tell me in the comments.
So,
What?
I'm gone right now. So so we're excited though to do another day. Wow, this is just.
We're gonna actually get sleep tonight. Maybe. No, I'm gonna keep talking. Just leave the black spot. Like, throw up a Concal logo.
Yeah, it overheated.
Wow.
It overheats at how long are we going? 30 minutes. Yeah.
Wow, 30 minutes. Oh, that's supposed to be.
All right. So this is officially all.
Well, we did a lot of stuff today, though.
Yeah, so we did a lot of stuff. Let me get over there. We did lots of stuff. Sorry, you're looking at a black screen. I don't know. I'll put a pretty picture up or some random B-roll, some shit. But that being said, I had a good PAX day one. Gonna go do some party stuff tonight or die. I can't really decide at this moment.
One or the other.
I am so fucking drained. God, if it wasn't like. I wish it was tomorrow, simply because I don't have to go to any parties tomorrow, but there is one I really have to go to tonight, so...
Yeah, and one I kind of got to go to tonight. That's a pun in there somewhere.
So, with that, we bid you good sign-off.